Hi everyone, we're going to put our skills to the test today. So far this week we've covered powers of 10 when dividing with decimals. We have done dividing a dividend with a decimal and a divisor without, and estimating. So to practice that before your quiz tomorrow, I figured we'd use these slides. You guys seem to really like them and they kind of fit well with what we're doing. I did edit them. So your assignment is due to 2 through 11, which is all the slides. But as you can see on the left-hand side, some pages only have 2 problems. Some have a couple more. I don't think that there's any reason that you wouldn't be able to get through this in one class period. And I'm willing to do them with you anyways, so we can do them together if you want. So we look at slide 2. It says, in your head, solve the problems using mental math. So basically, you're acting as if those decimals aren't there, and you're thinking, okay, 4.8, that's the same as 48. 48 divided by 6. Well, I know that 6 times 8 is 48. So I know that I'm going to be looking at an answer with 8 in it. So that leads me to this one here that I'm moving, or this one. Now, how do I know which one? Well, if I look at my numbers, I have 1 decimal place. I do not have 2. So I'm going to go with, it would be this one because there's only 1 decimal place to move. All right, so then when we're looking at the next one, it's 63 hundredths divided by 7. I know that 7 times 9 is 63. So I'm looking for an answer with 9, and I have 9 tenths or 9 hundredths. In this case, I have 2 decimal places, so I'm going to go with 9 hundredths. And that's all you're going to be doing for that. You're just going to go through and just kind of use mental math to solve and go from there. The next 2 slides are pretty much the exact same thing. You're dealing with tenths and hundredths and estimating. So it says 4 6/10 divided by 7. Well, we're not going to change the divisor in this case. We're going to leave it 7 because it's a single digit. So now we need to figure out what is closest to, say, 46 that is divisible by 7. Well, I know that 7 times 7 is 49 and 6 times 7 is 42. So 49 is definitely closer to 46. So that's why you see we have 49 tenths divided by 7. Well, 49 divided by 7 is 7. But remember, it's not just 49. It's actually 49 tenths, which is also would be 4.9. So that's why our answer is 7 tenths. Below it, it's asking you to fill in 46 tenths, which is close to 49 tenths, which is basically just saying kind of what we just explained across the top. So if I look at the next one, it says 2 3/10 divided by 5. So what is divisible by 5 that is close to, trying to get it to highlight that number, but it won't. So what is close to 23 that would be divisible by 5? So we would have 20 or 25. 25 would definitely be closer. So 25 tenths divided by 5 would be 5 tenths. Don't forget, it's not just 5, it's 5 tenths. So down here, all you would have to do is type in 23, because that's 23 tenths, which is close to 25. I hit enter, so it kind of popped it up a little bit. There you go. So that's all you have to do, and really you only have to do one more on this page because I did that one for you. The next page is the exact same thing, but you're dealing with hundreds, so 2 decimal places. So in this case, I have 34 hundredths divided by 6. If I'm thinking about numbers that are divisible by 6, I think, okay, I've got 18 is 6 times 3, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30, and 6 times 6 is 36. So 36 is definitely going to be closer, so I'm going to go with 36 hundredths divided by 6, which would give me 6 hundredths. So that's where you got to remember again that it's going to be 0.06 because there's 2 decimal places. It is in the hundredths position. And then you down here would just say 34 hundredths is same as 34 hundredths, which is closer to 36. Okay? As long as you follow that pattern, you'll get the next 2 right. On slide 5, we have estimating quotients. So we've learned all about this. It tells you what the divisor is. You have 8, 5, 3, and 7. All you have to do is estimate the dividend. So 8, what is divisible by 8 that is close to 14 and 61 hundredths? Well, it could be 8 or 16. 16 is definitely closest, so you're going to go ahead and take the 16. 16 divided by 8. So your estimated answer here would be 2. That's all you're doing for that. All right, the next one. Divide decimals, no remainders. All you're doing is dividing. All you're doing, and then you just take and drag and drop these squares where you need them. If for some reason, see how like that went crazy on me? If that does it to you, if you zoom all the way in, it helps tremendously on moving small items on here. I know a lot of you kind of ignore my advice when it comes to this sometimes, but I'm really not kidding you guys. It does help quite a bit, especially when you're trying to use your finger and things aren't moving the way that you want it. So zoom all the way in, then drag. All right, so let's look at this. Can 3 go into 4? Absolutely. It can go in at least 1 time. So I'm going to put my 1 up here. And 1 times 3 is 3. So I drag my 3 here. There we go. 4 minus 3 is 1. And we bring down our 5. So I got to drag that guy up there. 3 times what will give me 15? Well, 3 times 5 is 15. Whoopsie. There we go again. Zoom in a little bit. 15 minus 15 is, oh, remember, when you get those black lines like that, that's like your crop lines, and those, you don't want those. Click and make sure you have blue, then go ahead and move. So my answer is 1.5. That's all you're going to do for those. Over here, really no different. You just don't have anything to drag and drop. So this time you're going to actually type in your answers. So 8 goes into 9 1 time. 1 times 8 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. So let me write in there. There we go. I bring down my 6. 8 times 2 is 16. And when we subtract, we end up with a 0. Yes, you still have to put a 0 there, even though it's in 1 extra step. It's part of our math. You have to do that. Now, the only thing I see that they don't really have here and I don't like is they don't have a decimal there. So I'm going to tell you to go ahead and put in a decimal in that first block with the first number like that so that you can see the decimal. And again, you just use a period, a decimal. They're all the same. All right. So number 8, pretty similar to slide 6. You're going to drag and drop your numbers in and simply divide. Don't forget to drag in your decimal point. 9, you're going to be writing it in. It's just a little bit longer of an answer or of a problem. 10, dragging and dropping again. And 11, writing them in. So just extra practice. And you are expected to do 2 through 11. If you're in blue group, I believe I said pick 4 slides to complete. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's a pretty easy day, just reviewing. Tomorrow you guys will have a quiz on lessons 5.1, 5.3, and 5.4.